back to what she said, sports, it's all love. In this case, we have some breaking news for the tennis community. Beloved fast rising star Hailey Baptiste was forced to retire from the French Open known as Roland Garros due to a brutal leg injury whereby her knee buckled. Hailey was seen mid-forehand, falling to the ground, screaming, yelling in pain, and her father immediately ran over to comfort her. And unfortunately, while she could stand up, that's a wonderful thing, she had to be carted off the court. And how did I find out about all of this? Because every day I go into Google who's playing tennis today. And I knew Hailey was playing today. I knew she was playing at 12:25. So I made my milk tea and sat down to watch the match. And while I'm multitasking, I'm keeping track of the score. And it was I think 5-4 match. And it was the first set. I think it was 5-4. She was playing Wang Ji from China. Saw a walkover at the top right. Normally it says completed or something. And I'm like, a walkover? So a walkover in tennis is when the match has to abruptly end or it never starts. And if Hailey's injured, then Wang Ji gets to walk over to the next round. She doesn't have to play anybody else to advance to the third round. This was all beginning of the second round. So it was heartbreaking because it has a ripple effect. We want, Hailey to get well soon. People were looking forward to this. Just in case you don't know, a few weeks ago, I think in March, in Madrid, Hailey, ranked number 30 at the time, defeated number 1 in the world, Sabalenka. And that's huge, right? To go from 30 to take down the number 1 player. And then also, too, tomorrow, fans were looking forward to the legendary Venus Williams teamed up with Hailey Baptiste, and they were planning to play in the women's doubles tomorrow. So fans said that's not going to happen now. And I was just heartbroken. I was like, no, because one, I wanted to see, she was ranked, I think, 26 by the time the French Open started. So she went from 30 to 26, and I wanted to see who else she was going to play and was she going to continue to ascend. But with her having to retire from the tournament itself, we won't get to see that. And I said, okay, what typically is an injury when an athlete is competing and their knee buckles? And it says ACL, something we hear about in American football quite a bit, or basketball, and MCL. She could have an MCL sprain, an ACL tear. Of course, it talked about a dislocation similar to what Tyreek Hill had in American football with the Miami Dolphins, but she stood up. It didn't appear to be that, but unfortunately, she did have to leave in a wheelchair. I'm thinking maybe sprain. I'm thinking sprain or tear. As loud as she was screaming and grabbing her leg, the back of it, and wrenching, I'm going with ACL tear or MCL sprain. I hope nothing more than that. But, in tennis, just like with Travis Hunter in American football, he had to have surgery. So he was out, but he'll be back. He'll be back for the season. But, the entire offseason he had to recover. And I think he missed the back half of his rookie season. So, and while it's very serious and you can recover from it, it does upend and puts your career on the shelf for a bit. And, hopefully it's not anything career ending, right? And for Venus, I don't know. Let me know if you think Venus will find another partner and continue to play in the women's doubles tomorrow, or if it's just customary to just cancel if your partner can't play. I hate that. But, I was a little brokenhearted. I was like, man, because you're talking about watching somebody who's really talented. Like 600,000 people watched just the replay of Hailey Baptiste and Sabalenka's match in Madrid. And I know people were wondering. Was something like that going to happen again? So this changes things, right? Wayne gets the pass, and that's how it's stated. She gets the pass and gets to move on to round 3. And I don't know what her round 3 is going to look like or who she's going to play. I'll look into it. And I'll have to keep y'all posted on, what's going to happen. What's the final decision with Venus and doubles tomorrow? Because I'm thinking, maybe there's somebody else out there, because they practice and stay in shape. Maybe there's somebody else that can play and they can just move forward, right? They were focusing on Venus Williams' age by saying the 45-year-old. I'm like, you should be saying the legendary. It's the legendary Venus Williams partnering with Hailey Baptiste. And that was going to be amazing. That was just going to be amazing. But unfortunately, health, sometimes changes the course. And that's just what happens. So for a lot of fans on X, I was like, oh no, like I was so looking forward to that doubles match. But I don't know what's going to happen, guys. So y'all have to let me know. But that's what I wanted to come on and basically let y'all know. The walkover for Wayne, she moves on to round 3. Hailey forced to retire due to injury. I think her last ranking was 26. So I don't know. When she comes back, will she still be at 26? I don't know how that works. But it just says Hailey Baptiste goes down in pain due to a heart-wrenching leg injury mid-game. Hailey was on a meteoric rise in the tennis world. And that is not an exaggeration by any stretch. I know there's some people over there going, oh, that's too bad. Because she was on the tear. She was on the tear. And I know they were like, who's she going to take down this time? Because it's like that. And there's a 17-year-old young man, a Frenchman, a black Frenchman, who just defeated, he's 17. He just won his first Grand Slam match. 17. His name is, let me get it right. Awise Kwame or something like that. The way we would say it probably is Awise Kwame, but it's similar to that. He's French. So I'll be following him as well. And then there's Mboku. She grew up here in the States, but she plays under the Canadian flag, just like Naomi Osaka plays under the Japanese flag. So I'm following them, right? And shout out to Naomi Osaka and Taylor Townsend for putting on the Black Party, which was a dinner party to honor Black tennis players. And because Black tennis players are not, largely represented in tennis. So Naomi defended her event that people were upset about, even though there are massive amounts of Caucasian people on various waterways to the tunes of 10,000 boats. Lake Havasu is one place I was watching, and I'm like, I don't see a spackle of melanin with or without an accent. So shout out to Naomi Osaka, Taylor Townsend for choosing to celebrate each other, Black tennis players, making it to the French Open. It's not an easy thing to do. And I'm happy that they did that. So It's All Love is a springboard from the Black Party, whereby I follow the Black tennis players this season in tennis. And, obviously, I didn't follow Madrid. I paid attention to it, but I didn't follow it. I'm following the different tennis players. Hence, I knew Hailey was playing today at 12:25. And I knew when the match was started, and I knew something happened because it said walkover. And I'm like, okay. And just like I know, the doubles tournament with Venus is in flux. So I'm following. I'm not just paying attention. I'm actively following Black tennis players this tennis season. And y'all know the U.S. Open was lit last year. And it will be again. It will be again. Y'all know I had my son doing the U.S. Open. So I love it. I love it. Because if I had a PJ, I would be flying to Madrid, to Rome, the Middle East, everywhere, watching these matches because they're so good, right? They're so good. And I'm happy to see the rise of Black tennis players in the world of tennis, right? WTA, ATP, whatever. It's just fun. It's just fun to watch. So that's it. That's it. Thank y'all for watching. We wish Hailey Baptiste well. I'll keep y'all posted on Venus Williams if the match was canceled or if she was able to get another doubles partner. All right, so back to it. It's Atlanta Dream game day. So I'll see y'all later tonight to talk more about the Atlanta Dream and what they need to do to defeat the Minnesota Lynx. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. It's All Love.